not fast forward, baby. That's just past. We are in a part of Northern California. I can't tell you where. I've asked for discretion, but it is a rare permission. Hey, that's red tail. I don't want to hold the camera up too much during this part. It's because there's private properties here and stuff. And oh, it's used for common modern purposes now, so that's part of the reason for the discretion. And I'll show you one glimpse out over the valley. The reason why I'm doing that, the reason why I gave you the shot is for people who I thought might recognize this location to not shout out if you know where it is. So what it is one of the 3 major historic water resorts, water spring resorts of the area. So they bottled hundreds of bottles a week and shipped them out of here. People came up from San Francisco on stagecoaches, taking days just to get here, and really big deal. Look around. We get to use the metal detector, and we have a permission to find what's in the soil here. And this, oh, I mean, this place was rocking and rolling. It's overwhelming to me, and we want to use just the utmost respect. So, film that license plate. We have a family with us today, and my girl Olive, and a couple other girls and their mom, and that's who is leading us up here and giving us the permission. And just a lot of, we're going to do some exploring, definitely some treasure hunting for all kinds of treasures if we find it. But yeah, the springs up here are medicinal, and they've always been thought to be medicinal. So this is one of 3 major resorts in the areas that we were drawing people for hundreds of miles, for thousands of miles, coming from all over to come. This is like America's healing water area between all of North San Francisco, from Zem, where I've taken you before, all the way over to Agua Caliente district and through Calistoga, and it was all hot springs, and still is, of course. But this one hasn't been for 100 years, and it's been privately owned, and no one, very few people come out here, and none of them are digging through the dirt for the relics and stuff. So I would like to say that besides the locals that have probably come out here back in the day and dug through all the bottle dumps, I'm sure there's been plenty of them, but besides them, oh, I got shut up to figure out which way we were supposed to go. Besides them, we're basically the first in a long time, so stick with the quest. I've been here last, the actual house structure itself is collapsing. This isn't the resort. This is a building on the property behind it. It's like one of the family houses or ranch houses, and the barn is completely collapsed. So we're not only some of the first people here in a long time, we are maybe some of the last. There is the barn that we can look around someday, and here is the house that we get to look around and look at it. Isn't that cool? And we have some junior questers with us today. So this is modern dirt that's piled up, and we don't even have to go right up there. I think just this area right here would be awesome to look through. And let's see what we can find. Look! This is awesome. Look at this old house. Let's look in the window. Innuendo. There's window weights, so we know it's pretty old. Look! Look, wainscot board on the sides. Wow. Okay. Pretty old. Let's go ahead and look right out in here. By the axles and the old boards, and ooh, that's an old mattress. Look at that. That is really cool. Super old. Okay, I want to put down the camera and look while we can. Going to go off and find other sites. There's a bottle dump back here that will be shown, but gonna do some orbiting and see if there's any farther out spots. And me and the short one are gonna dig here. Whole back of the house site here, behind the house. There's the back of the house. Has broken glass of all different ages and stuff. See, this one says Federal Mortar. Looks like an older. Hey, that's a cool shovel. Look at that. I like that. That's a pretty oldie. Oh, there's the handle. Nice. Nice. So, wow. The ground is covered in nails and stuff. Can I come look in your area? Can I see what you're... Look. This is so awesome. Thank you. For a lot of places now that are this old, you can't get to. You can't take anything from, you know. And then up here in small towns, it's hard. Wherever here is. I haven't told anybody, don't worry.
Yes, this one's 23. 23. Kept coming over here and then...
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Find the edge of the debris field.
It was like, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Oh, poison oak land. Man, the dirt out here looks great.
It was 6 inches.
Look, San Francisco. No telling how old, but pretty thick. What was that looking at? A file. There's a really old file. Look at the surface of that. Its teeth are gone. But it's back here in the bushes. Ooh, look. There's a little thingy, probably a glass bottom. No telling how old. But this is on the hill behind the house. So, oh, look at you. Whiskey bottle bottom. Yeah, there's stuff all through the bushes here. For sure. Round nails, but they go back a ways anyways. If I could steal my metal detector back from the kid. Ooh, look. Big old voltage. A lot of that stuff, you know, might not be as much a dump as a building that kind of was behind here on the hillside and then eroded down. What are you? Piece of a horseshoe. First piece of our horseshoe. Feel like this is older stuff back here.
Okay, come this way.
Okay, I'm on my way. I'm gonna collect my loot. No, this is cool though. There's there's, you know, files and horseshoes. You realize that now you're doing the build up. I have you on a live thing. It's something really cool, everybody.
Let me see.
Oh, it is. Do you know what that is?
The stopper, right?
Yes. What's it say on there?
Lee and Perrins.
Lee and Perrins. Oh, that could be worth big money because it's a name that everybody still knows, and it's a collector's from back in the day.
Wait,
Personal items. That is awesome. Look at these horseshoe, file.
Probably
you
lots
know.
of these.
That's interesting.
Wait,
Where'd you
there's a
find it?
horseshoe?
A piece of
Is
horseshoe.
that another little stopper?
Wow. This was, oh wow, you know what?
What is this?
These bottles are big money when you find them. These brown whiskey bottles.
What is this?
That's a piece of an insulator.
What's that?
So when you don't want electricity to shock something or burn something, you have to put it on either plastic or porcelain so that it doesn't light something on fire like an electric wire. So that would be like to run electric wires through.
Okay.
Look, do you know why the glass turns different colors? Because it's old. When sun shines on the glass, it ages it. That's a really good thing. And this bottle top is, easily dateable. And a really, really, really good sign. So, I'm going to go ahead and add the file and the nails and stuff to the general thing here. I think that's proper. I'm going to follow the little creek up. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did that yesterday because the higher, I just kept wondering why it was all exposed. So I kept going up, and I found a spot. I found 2 spots over on that side, not as much in the creek, but definitely a lot.
Wow.
Oh my God, there's poison outside here.
I wonder if they were dumping off the top of the hill or driving up next to this a little ways and dumping in there. This would drive my detector nuts though. Any detector probably. I mean, this is all volcanic rock and then it's just loaded with cans. Okay, definite stop. So probably a flat area here where they, hey, let's find that flat area. I think you were probably here. I stepped off the creek and it's all loaded up.
Yeah, there's 2 like that that are like
Big old mason jar pieces. So these might have been the actual dumps and these little creeks have kind of run down through them. This is all that a dump would consist of if it's pretty old. You don't have a whole lot of possessions that you're throwing away. But that's really awesome.
there's so much stuff in the bushes that I want.
Well, you can send me in after them. I don't mind recovering relics for other people. If you eyeball it, it's yours. That's as good as calling it, even if somebody else has to snatch it. That's what poison oak proof people are for. Square nail here. Did you guys find anything out there?
No, we were just sitting in a tree.
Sounds cool.
We looked around a little bit, but didn't really find anything, so.
Found some good wood. Look at that. There's not even a knot in that board. That's a detail. So whenever you see super long boards like that, and they have grain running, I mean the lines run all the way down and you don't see one branch, that means that came off a tree where there was that much distance between branches. So you can look at old buildings and new buildings and stuff, and now you'll notice branches can be like inches apart. Everywhere where there's a knot, that's where a branch was growing out of the tree before it was made to a board. And when you see that, those are 20-foot boards where the grain runs all the way down them and there isn't a single branch. So that means 20 feet between branches on the tree. That's how big it was. Pretty cool. I'm trying so hard even just to cherry pick up by this porch, and the ground is just so full of, I mean, they sat out here and shot over these valleys and stuff for a long time, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't just be down digging around. Look, there's somebody's bumper. What goes under the porch stays under the porch. Lots of bullets. Look. You want to know? I want to know. I'm going to step in there where nobody's looking. You guys want to go with me? Yes, you do. That's really cool right there. Kind of want to look all around the edges of this thing with my eyeballs. If I had more time, isn't that how it always is? I'm not sure that how many visits we will get to ever make, especially if I'm climbing around in it. No. Gas mask. Ooh. Probably to remove all this asbestos looking stuff. Dang, yeah, don't walk around in buildings like this. Fortunately, barring an actual wall falling on you, I think we're pretty good to go as far as overhead weight. I don't want the kids to see me climbing in here. This is what I told them not to do. Oh, I don't think the jack is working. You guys see anything else in there? There's somebody looking back at me while my leg is down here. Lead. Dang, that's a huge lead patch. Okay. Whoop. I heard something coming after my leg. Let's keep looking. Bullet holes everywhere. And it That's probably where the beer cans came from, is some previous owners. Little bathroom. Looks like something there. We can look around more on this side. And there's our water source. Beautiful out here, huh? I think that's the wall that already came down this way. This is more what it looked like when it had its asbestos in it. There's the attic, but we already saw the attic. The only thing you don't want is one of these big old pieces to rain down on me. And this must be our back porch. So, looks like they put blue tarp up here when they were doing their little operation. But, yeah, and threw their stuff around. Hard. We'll try and sort through it. Look at this poison oak that's eating the house too. I forgot to point that out. Remember to look in walls. Several times I've been on remodels where we found shotguns and things secreted in those openings. So every chance you get, look inside the old walls. You can see they're using that attic space. Okay, we have a bullet. I'm right off the collapsed front porch here, and it's just a mess of nails and stuff, so every time you go in with the pinpointer it's hectic because it can't tell you what's what. But Nate, back to it, we got a penny. What is it? It's a 78. We'll take it. It's not brand new, and it's a coin, so we've unskunked ourselves. I don't know if you can be skunked on a cool little expedition like this, but yeah. Anyhow, so I'm on the side of the house now. The front of the house was just 10,000 bullets and the porch is collapsed, so maybe when I get my methodology down on that better I will try. But I'm on the side house where there's less bullet signals and less obvious target, and I've been told there's an epicenter of holes and trash back here in this the spot that you see. So I'm going to hunt a couple high signals on the way and see if we can turn up anything else. Look at the chunks of pottery and stuff coming out of it. Look at the chunks of glass coming out of this hillside. Behind the house now again. Yeah, just crazy signals and copious amounts of stuff, so it's really hard to deal with. I'm trying to get a grasp on it here. And this looks like ash and stuff. It's all raining downhill from up here. Let's go look at that before it's too dark. Working our way that way. Okay, well these look some sort of pooper hole. Or something. Is that okay? I see things off in the bushes still. Oh, the epicenter. Oh my gosh. I wonder why I'm having so much trouble with all of this. Oh, a pitchfork! Wow. 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 Okay. Man. People throw your stuff everywhere. That's crazy. That's a lot of signals.
I'm curious though if it does go higher, but I don't know. It's more and more choppier.
That's definitely the can dump.
There's another one like that.
I like that. Yeah. I see a square, small looking thing, and then the tin that went on the roof. Whew. Curious. Should we swing over that? Is that even okay? Wonder what the white marker stones are up here. Probably a way to... Oh, the power's not on. I don't hear anything, but I see it. Too much territory for one evening. To be continued for sure. Big old square now. That looks handmade and it was giving a good signal, but mysterious. Everything else went away, and only the big old nail was left. Probably detecting another thing in the ground under it, but yeah. Look at that. That is, oh, yeah, a stove or a grate off of something. That's pretty cool though. See, you found one of their actual cutlery pieces. It had a handle on there that's gone now. Long enough for the handle to be gone.
I thought that was cool. It has a little bit of texture.
Oh yeah, and the color definitely aged. Got that purple, had some sun on it. Pretty cool. Sterno. Like a fuel for heating stuff. Very popular in the 60s and 70s. Wow. Okay, well, looks like a toe bone to me. I'm gonna put this back in the ground. That's probably from a hog or something, but we will go ahead and insert that carefully back into the ground. Cover it up. So this one's a new rival, number 16, 1901. Looks a lot like the chimney, huh? How did you guess that?
Because tall things, and also there's a chimney that was smoking today, and I was like, my eyes were watering. I'm going to try to.
And it was made out of bricks like that?
Yeah.
Good observation. Good job, good job, good job. Wow. Nice. With the hinges on it still? Definite. All the different colors.
See, this
Seattle, Washington.
This one says best foods.
Yes.
I can't read the bottom. Registered.
I like the Seattle, Washington by the San Francisco, California. That's a nice find. I'm going to call that the find of the day. Good job for eyeballing that puppy too. There is no detector for that. And for letting everybody come and check out the land. And thank you to all of everybody who's involved in this permission. Just to say that, that's pretty special. Many thanks. Ah, the quest goes on. That was kind of bizarre. I flipped just the tip of that out. I'll take that. That is a really old pick. Look at that, bent on them. Man, ooh! Wait, are those flowers or is that just rust? Oh man, oh look at the pieces, how it was put together. Do you see that? That was like hand forged on there out of those two separate pieces. You see that diagonal line? To maybe give it that hook on purpose. And then, I don't know what that's about, but very handmade. You see the pounding of it? How uneven it is? I mean, the whole thing's just, that's cool. Right on. Happiness. That just flipped out. I got the signal on the tip of it and I went boom. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and the different, that's just joining metal together with heat and pounding it until they're one. You know, and I was already looking at it going, wow, that is really long, because that's, how can I explain that, you know what I mean? You want to hold that out, you know, for people who know picks and stuff, so. And the fact that it was added to, you can see the added to pieces and stuff. And this, the different thicknesses of it, it's like a whir, 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 whir from being pounded. You can see the hammer marks and stuff. That I'm gonna clean all up. Is that your first metal detecting find?
Yes.
That is, says 1901 on it, which it very well could be, because these are copper. See how far out the copper went? And it's not plastic up in there, it's paper. You know, you see the plastic ones all the time. So those have been happening for a while, but this is pre, and yeah, it's definitely something you can look up easy. It's a 1901 liter 12. I like that. Good night. So here's the cleanup. This is the next day. I wanted to go ahead and throw this on there. And I did not a sanding, but like a buffing down to get the rust off. Not with a buffing wheel or anything. Just used some steel wool real gently at first, and then cloth and some other surfaces. But I wanted to show the detail on it because it's really cool. You could see the different pieces of metal that were joined together, and you can see now that the whole thing was handmade. I mean, look at the warbles and the wobbles on it, and you can see that that was one piece there at the end, and then the next piece, and you can come all the way down, and same thing at this end. You see maybe even pieces of horseshoe that were pounded out and then forged together. So there's actually 1, 2, 3 there. You can see it on the side where the joining is actually revealed a little bit. It's more extreme right there. You can actually see the plies of the different metal. And then here, this is a weld. So on the inside you can see where it broke on them. And then probably with the handle still on there, just by taking another hot gob of metal and putting it on there and then pounding it on, they did a real primitive weld and a patchwork. But from an era when you did not waste a piece of metal, you understand, those are just other pieces of metal that they forged on there by heating them up and pounding them together. And you didn't go get a new one. And the whole thing is looking like it's probably handmade. And I wanted to clean it up, not leave it all brown and rusty, so it's always a debate on what to do. But this, I think, is a good level of restoration because it shows all of the marks that it got through use and wear and time and stuff. And yeah, that's a definite relic from one of California's biggest and oldest water resorts. Pretty cool with the details in that. That could have been a file. Do you see the marks there where it was pounded flat? That scaling, I don't know if that's just something that occurs at low temperature. This was probably not done in a super strong forge. This is probably billows and a fire on the ranch, you know. I thought that was pretty cool. That's probably my favorite find of that first exploration. We're very privileged to get to go there, but yeah, there it be, one of a kind for sure. Handmade relic from the site. Thank you for coming with us on this quest for details, another quest for treasure. We will see you next time. Lord knows where.